I miss when we used to catch fireflies. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Between the Lines podcast. I am Mason Yelton, known as Mace Y, and today I'm going to be talking about my song Fireflies / Too Unfamiliar from my new EP, Mace Tape 1 Eulogy. I really love this song. It became one of my favorites, I think, on this EP and of my more recent work. So I'm excited to talk about it. We're going to go ahead and start it. The opening verse, the first verse, goes like this. We were once kids with no cares, didn't ever worry about what to do with our hair. We breathe in the fresh air, roll around on the grass, and eat popsicles on the stairs. So that really kind of sets the scene for what my childhood was like. I had a friend of mine and my brothers, we would, breathe in the fresh air. We'd roll around on the grass because we lived right next to each other. We'd eat popsicles because there's a lady on our street who gave us popsicles a lot. So we were outside a lot, and we didn't really care what to do with our hair. I know that my friend and I's hair has changed since we've grown up, and now we kind of stress about it more than we probably should. But yeah, so that's just kind of the opening, kids with no cares and being outside a lot and being together a lot. And then the pre-chorus, now we're getting older and our hearts are getting colder. Are those times really over? Because I miss them. I miss when we used to catch, and it goes into the chorus. That's just kind of how I felt writing this, I was growing older and I felt like my heart was getting colder and was just really missing the times that were past, the childhood that we had. I miss when we used to catch fireflies on summer nights. It was just you and I. Those might have been the best nights of our lives. We didn't even know it. So reflecting back on catching fireflies as a kid, I just think that's I don't know, there's something special about that as I was thinking about it, because it's been forever since I've tried to catch a firefly or even really seen one, and writing the song brought me back to what it felt like to run around and catch fireflies in the dark. It was just so much fun, and we'd always be like, oh, I caught one, and then you'd show it to someone else, whoever was with you, and those nights really might have been some of the best nights of our lives, but we didn't know it at that time. And so you look back in hindsight and you realize how special those little moments are. Then the second verse, ride our bikes around till the porch lights went out, up and down the road, now we could run the town. I'd rather sit in that yard again, like backyardigans, hide in the forest till I was found. So we were on a street that, we would ride our bikes around the street. We both had backyards that were pretty big and pretty nice to run around in, and so we like to run around or sit down and play in that yard. And there was a forest behind my backyard that we would, hide in and play around in too. So those are all things that I miss doing on that street. And then after the pre and chorus again, the beat switches. And this goes into the too unfamiliar part. The second chorus of the song. That feeling is far too unfamiliar. I miss it so bad. I miss it so bad. Good thing your face is still familiar. It makes me go back. Wish we could go back. That's kind of self-explanatory, but, the feeling of catching fireflies is unfamiliar now. The feeling of childhood is unfamiliar now because of how much we've grown up. So that's that, and, I miss it. But good thing your face is still familiar. Good thing that we're still friends. Good thing that we still know each other. Just remembering our moments together takes me back to that moment. And though I still wish we could physically go there, it still takes me back to that moment. And then I wish we could go, and then the verse starts like this. Back to how it was before, we don't play those songs no more, and if we do, it's only for a moment reminiscing on the floor. So, I don't know about you, but there have been a lot of times in my life where I've been hanging out with friends, and we're just like sitting down on the floor, or sitting down, laying down, and we're listening to old songs we used to listen to. And I just love those moments, and I thought writing about that moment is just a really cool way to be like, that's how we reminisce, is through music. And so this song in itself is a way to reminisce on the past. Just laying there, eyes open, staring at the ceiling, thinking about all the different things that we've been feeling. Upset and overwhelmed, angry but you couldn't tell because we smile and say we're well, when really there's a pit in our stomach we won't admit, that we're lost and only wish that we could have just stayed kids. So all of that is just, we sit there, we think about all these different things, we're upset, we're overwhelmed, we're angry, but you can't tell because we keep smiling. We're sad that we're growing up, but we keep a smile on our face just to push through it. And we don't admit that, we've got a pit in our stomach and we're worried about the future and we just wish we could have stayed kids, but we can't. And it continues, we couldn't wait to grow up, but now we barely even know us. Tell me, is the past where all the hope was? I need to know I'm not alone, because I'm feeling like being 2 feet tall was the height of my happiness. Now those days are long gone. What happened? Is it too late for me? I can't wait to see fireflies again. I miss catching them. So all of that kind of wraps it up into, we couldn't wait to grow up, but now I wonder, is there any hope for us anyway growing up? And there's all the hope left behind me. I felt like being young and being small was the height of my happiness, but those days are long gone, and I just can't wait to see fireflies again, because I miss catching them, and I miss seeing them, and they would take me back to those moments of catching fireflies with my friends. And then it just goes back to the chorus again. The feeling's far too unfamiliar. I miss it so bad, I miss it so bad. Good thing your face is still familiar. It makes me go back, wish we could go back. So that's the lyrics of the song. The vibe, it opens with a more pop, very airy, spacey vibe, I feel like. And the switch goes into more Frank Ocean rap stuff, which I thought was really cool. I really like all this song. I think just the way that it came to be and what it has become is really, really, really... I just love it. I really am proud of this one. And I remember the drums in the chorus of the Fireflies part, very highly inspired by John Bellion, and I geek over that all the time when I listen to it. I think that's so cool and so fun. But yeah, so this song is about missing catching fireflies, but really it's about missing the moments that are unfamiliar to us now as we grow up, and remembering them but not remembering how they made us feel, and wishing to feel that again, just to remember. Having people around you to remind you of those moments is always, always, always a special thing. So that is Fireflies /2 Unfamiliar. Thank you all for checking this out, and I present to you now, without further ado, Fireflies /2 Unfamiliar.
Fireflies, fireflies, summer nights, it was just you and I, those might have been the best nights of our lives. We were once kids with no cares, didn't ever worry about what to do with our hair. We'd breathe in the fresh air, roll around in the grass and eat popsicles on the stairs. But now we're growing older, and our hearts are getting colder. Are those times really over? 'Cause I miss them. Yeah, I miss when we used to catch fireflies on summer nights. It was just you and I. Those might have been the best nights of our lives. Catching fireflies on summer nights. It was just you and I. Those might have been the best nights of our lives. Ride our bikes around till the porch lights went out. Up and down the road, now we can run the town. But I'd rather sit in that yard again, like backyardigans, hide in the forest till I was found. But we're growing older, and our hearts are getting colder. Are those times really over? 'Cause I miss them. I miss when we used to catch fireflies on summer nights. It was just you and I. Those might have been the best nights of our lives when we were catching fireflies on summer nights. It was just you and I. Those might have been the best nights of our lives. That feeling is far too unfamiliar. I miss it so bad. Good thing your face is still familiar. It makes me go back, wish we could go back. That feeling is far too unfamiliar. I miss it so bad. Good thing your face is still familiar. It makes me go back, wish we could go back to how it was before. We don't play those songs no more, and if we do, it's only for a moment, reminiscing on the floor, just laying there, eyes open, staring at the ceiling, thinking about all the different things that we've been feeling. Upset and overwhelmed, angry, but you couldn't tell, 'cause we smile and say we're well, when really there's a pit in our stomach. We won't admit that we're lost, and only wish that we could've just stayed kids. We couldn't wait to grow up. but now we barely even know us. Tell me, is the past where all the hope was? I need to know I'm not alone, cause I'm feeling like being 2 feet tall was the height of my happiness. Now those days are long gone. What happened? Is it too late for me? I can't wait to see fireflies again. I miss catching them, but that feeling is far too unfamiliar. I miss it so bad, I miss it so bad. Good thing your face is still familiar. It makes me go back, wish we could go back. That feeling is far too unfamiliar. I miss it so bad, I miss it so bad. Good thing your face is still familiar. It makes me go back, wish we could go back. Wish we could go back.
Thank you all for listening to this episode of the Between the Lines podcast. I am Mace Y. You can find me on TikTok or Instagram at Mace_Y_. Go check out Mace Tape 1 Eulogy, which is out now on all streaming platforms. And I will see you all next episode. Peace.